Hi everybody, it's Tony and I'm back with video 2 of my new YouTube channel, Big T's Adventures. I just settled on the name last night, Big T Adventures. When I was in junior high school, they started calling me Big T. That was my nickname for Big Tony. I was big into football back then, and I was always the big guy trucking over people, and it was a lot of fun when I was younger. And it's not so fun now being bigger because my knees aren't handling it very well. So that's just one of the reasons why I decided to go through weight loss surgery. But today I decided I wanted to show you guys what a day looks like of what I eat after my sleeve surgery. And I'm 2 weeks out from yesterday, which means tomorrow I'll be able to start the puree stage, which is a little different than the full liquid stage that I've been on. But I'm going to show you a little bit of the full liquid stage, things that I've been eating, and some of the guidelines that have been passed down to me on what I can and cannot eat. So when I got into the program, I got this booklet. It's from the McLaren Bariatric and Metabolic Institute, where I had my weight loss surgery. And so they just have all kinds of guidelines, such as how much protein you should get every single day, how much water you should drink every single day, what you should be eating for, the first 2 days after surgery, and then for 2 weeks after surgery. When you graduate from the puree stage to the soft food stage, and then, as you graduate on and on through the process. So it says here that every single day for fluids, you should be drinking about 64 ounces of fluid, and that does not include your protein shake. So I have one of these bottles right here. This is about 25 ounces of water, and so I drink 2 to 3 of these a day. So I know that's probably not enough water. I probably need more water, being a bigger guy. But if I can get 2 of those a day, I'm happy. And a lot of times lately, I've been trying to get 3 of them because I don't feel like I'm drinking enough water. And water is necessary for your body to burn fat. So the more water that you drink, the better. This might be too much TMI, but when I got out of the surgery, for a good week afterwards, my urine was very, very dark. So you're going to be very dehydrated when you come out of surgery. You're going to have a lot of fluid loss. And right out of surgery, you're going to have to be careful with how much water you can drink. You can only have a few ice chips those first day or so. You're going to have to sip water, and you're not going to feel like drinking water. You're not going to feel like eating anything. But I was actually surprised during my second day there at the hospital. They brought me cream of wheat for breakfast with Jello, and still just ice chips. And when I was thinking full liquids, I wasn't thinking cream of wheat. And for dinner, they brought potatoes, instant potatoes. Those were very liquefied, so they weren't thick and chunky. They were very liquefied. And I was surprised that I was able to eat that, but still, right out of surgery, I did not feel like eating. I was not hungry at all. So I barely ate a few bites of cream of wheat. I had a few ice chips throughout the day. And so by the time I got home, I was very dehydrated. And but now I'm trying to get more water in, because I really felt that not having enough water was really inhibiting my weight loss. I did stall out for a little bit there. And they call it the 3 week stall, and I'm not quite at 3 weeks yet, but after some time and you've been dehydrated, your body starts holding on to water. So you might be losing fat still, and I know I'm still losing fat. My weight is still going down. It's not going as fast as it was. Like I said, in the first week and a half or so, I lost a good almost 20 pounds. Then I stayed stuck. For the last 5 days, I've been stuck right in the range of, I was 564. Now this morning I'm 560. So it's been kind of going, right around there, not moving very much. And I think it's because I'm in that stall where my body is still trying to get it healed and accumulated water, and it's trying to just figure this whole thing out. So you're going to have some trial and error figuring out how much fluid you can drink. Are you having enough water? Are you, and you can tell by your urine. If it's clear when you go to the bathroom, you're very hydrated, you're doing well. But if it's very dark, then you know you're dehydrated and you should be drinking more water. So according to the guidelines, they want at least 64 ounces of water per day. Then it's protein. Women need 60 to 80 grams of protein per day. Men need 80 to 100 grams of protein per day. So I try to drink, let's see, what's over here? These Ensure Protein Max, they're 30 grams of protein each. There's only 1 gram of sugar. So they are very much a big help in weight loss surgery. Again, as soon as you get out of the hospital, you're not going to feel like you're very hungry. You're going to just sip this, maybe take an hour to sip the whole thing. Whereas before, I could just guzzle it all down and it would be fine. But yeah, just take your time and make sure you drink something like this because it has the protein that you need to get through your day. So drinking 3 of these, I get 90 grams of protein. Some days I only get 2 in. Sometimes I forget to have my 3rd shake, or I'm just not very hungry throughout the day. So what I do is first thing in the morning, I have my shake, I get my water ready. Then I know I could just be sipping throughout the day. I don't really eat my first meal until noon. It's about 11:28 right now, so maybe in about half an hour I'm going to eat something. And so usually that first meal was cream of wheat, just a packet of cream of wheat with a little bit of butter and some Truvia sprinkled in for some sweetness added in. That's usually my very first meal of the day. And then later on, maybe around 5 o'clock, I'll have some instant mashed potatoes. And that's all I'd have throughout the day. Cream of wheat, mashed potatoes, and 3 shakes, and as much water as I can handle. And that's it. And then I'm totally full. I don't get hungry at night. I am totally fine. So that's what you can expect for your first 2 weeks out of the surgery. Now tomorrow I get to go into puree stage, which means I get to add some different proteins to my diet. I'm still going to drink maybe 2 to 3 shakes a day, but I'm going to add like a scrambled egg. And I'm going to start with just 1 egg. Usually I could eat 6 or 7 eggs at one time, but I'm going to start at 1 egg and see how I go. And it can't be really hard fried egg. It's got to be really soft. I don't really like runny eggs, so it's going to be weird to have it for the first time here after 3 weeks of being on a liquid diet, and try to make it as soft as I can so I can digest it. But yeah, you're not really supposed to have any hard pieces of protein, so I can't go and just eat some chicken or whatever. I can have like chicken noodle soup, but I got a blender. You got to blend it really fine so there's no chicken pieces, there's no noodle pieces. So those are some things that I can eat. I can make tuna salad, not with the vegetables, not with hard pieces of hard-boiled egg in it. It's just tuna and mayonnaise. Again, blended really fine, so it's like mush. It's like baby food. It's pureed. So that's what I'm going to be having. It says carbohydrates, 45 to 60 grams of carbs per day. I probably am not getting that much. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at how many grams of carbs are in a serving of cream of wheat or mashed potatoes. So I'm getting some carbs in. I haven't gone into any kind of ketosis state, doing keto or nothing like that. I'm not trying to. And it says calories about 900 to 1200 calories a day. Currently, with my current diet, I'm about 750 calories per day. That's what I've been eating with just a serving of cream of wheat and instant mashed potatoes, and then these Ensure protein shakes are 150 calories, so drinking 3 of those is 450 calories, whatever that is. I'm not good at instant math, so I'm sorry if I was wrong with that. But this, when it comes to vitamins and minerals, that's another big thing, because you're not getting what you need through your food. Like if you're eating a lot of good vegetables and greens and meats and proteins, you're getting your vitamins and minerals. Well, that's not what I'm eating. So I have to get it in some way. The good thing about these Ensure Max proteins is they do have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. So drinking 3 of these a day, I get a good amount of vitamins and stuff. But also another thing that they recommend that you get is bariatric vitamins. I get Bariatric Fusion. You're supposed to have 4 of these a day, but to tell you the truth, they're kind of nasty. And I don't mind chewing them up. They're chewable. They're like Tums, like that chalky chewable texture. I don't really mind the eating part, but when I take them, I feel kind of weird. This weird feeling comes over me, and sometimes I get a little nauseous after I eat them. They're the only things that make me nauseous. Like a lot of people who get sleeve surgery, sometimes they feel very nauseous after surgery. I felt that one time, like the day after surgery, and that's it. I have not felt nauseous, but the only time I do is when I take these vitamins. But they're still worth it. I still take 2 to 3 per day, mostly 2, I'd say. And they have everything that you need. Like, if you were to do other kinds of vitamins, you would need a calcium supplement, you'd need an iron supplement, you'd need those things. But this has everything that you need in just 4 tablets per day is what they recommend. But because I'm getting other vitamins and minerals in my protein shakes, I'm okay taking 2 of these. I'll get my blood test done and make sure that I'm still doing well. Something else that you'll need is they will prescribe you omeprazole, if I said that right. It's my prescription. That helps with heartburn. A lot of people after sleeve surgery, they have really bad heartburn. I have been lucky and I have not had any heartburn at all after surgery. So if that's something that you're worried about, whether or not you're going to have heartburn, they do give you something for it, and you just take 1 or 2 of these per day and you break it open because it is a capsule, and you put it in your mashed potatoes or in your cream of wheat, and it doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't like make the texture of your food weird or nothing. It's just tiny little pellets that sprinkle on your food, and you can just eat it that way, and it prevents heartburn. So again, I've been lucky. I haven't had heartburn yet. Some people have terrible heartburn and they're just munching on Tums all day long, taking whatever they can for their heartburn, but I have not experienced that. Something else that you want to take, I have it in a different bottle here. It's not in its original bottle, but Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol. You cannot have Aleve or naproxen or any of those other types of, I forgot what they're called, NSAIDs maybe is what they're called, because they promote bleeding. So after surgery, you cannot have those, or else you might start bleeding through your sleeve or in your stomach or anything else like that. So you can't take any of those kinds of pain relievers. What they're starting to do with the bariatric program, at least here, is they're starting to move away from opioid prescription painkillers. And I kind of understand that. I was actually in the hospital a few extra days because my pain was extra bad. Being a bigger guy, all my incisions are up here in my upper abdomen. So whenever I would stand up, my weight would pull down on that area, and it would make it very difficult for me to stand up and walk without a lot of pain. So I was in the hospital for a few extra days. I was blessed to be able to have that help with my pain for a few extra days. But when they send you home, they're only going to give you like 5 Norcos or something like that for your pain, and they expect you to use Tylenol for the rest of it. So you only got 1 or 2 days worth of painkillers when you go home, and then you're on Tylenol the rest of the time. So you'll definitely need, as you continue to heal. I'm currently about pain-free. Sometimes when I stand up, I still get a little burning feeling, but I think that's more from the incision than the pain. I don't feel any pain in my stomach. Sleeve surgery, they removed about 80 to 90% of your stomach, so I don't feel any pain from that. It's mostly my incisions where I feel my pain. So about a week to 2 weeks after surgery, that pain will dramatically dampen down, and I haven't had Tylenol in a couple days, so it feels okay. But you'll definitely need it for after surgery because they're only going to give you a couple pain medications. So that's it for now. That's been my diet. It's going well. Again, like I said in my video yesterday, I'm not hungry. I'm not sitting here starving. I do see the commercials and I get hungry, wishing, because it's like that kind of food made me feel good, and I'm learning to live without that food. I can say no. I can turn my head, and the hunger's gone. But I'm not like physically ravenous. I'm not hungry because I'm only eating 750 calories a day. So that's the best part of the surgery is I can say no. I can turn my head. I can avoid eating those foods. But yeah, this video has been long enough. I think later on today or maybe tomorrow, I'll film another one. Just talking about the psychological impact of the surgery. and it's been kind of difficult, let me be honest. But I'll talk about that in the next video, and I will see you guys next time. God bless you.